Welcome to today's episode. We're going to take a quick look at the blurred lines between art, identity, grief, and growth through the story behind The Velvet Mask and its creator, Shadowssphere.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here, although I have to admit, it feels a little strange. I spent so long creating behind a mask, and now I'm here, having to reveal parts of myself I usually keep hidden.
And that's exactly what fascinates so many listeners. For people just tuning in, who is Shadowssphere?
Shadowssphere started out as a kind of survival instinct. There was a time when I didn't really know who I was anymore. I felt like I was fading away. The mask wasn't about pretending or deceiving anyone. It was about protection, a way to give a voice to my experiences, my pain, without fearing the consequences.
And that brings us to your debut novel, The Velvet Mask. This isn't just fiction for you, is it?
Not at all. The Velvet Mask came from heartbreak I honestly didn't think I'd survive, from grief I never really processed. At the center are two people, with one, River, who isn't me, exactly, but knows me deeply. The story actually started with a voicemail I never sent, and this one sentence I kept whispering to myself. I wish I could explain.
And in the book, River wears a mask. He's a doctor and a performer, but also falling apart inside. Was he always a reflection of you?
I didn't sit down intending to write an autobiography, but there's just something about grief and pain. They find their way in no matter what. River became a vessel for everything I couldn't voice outside of fiction. I'd lost someone close who'd raised me. I was in a marriage, but feeling profoundly alone. I had even moved countries. All of that got distilled into him.
And a big part of the story, both in the book and in your life, is Kate. Can you talk a bit about who Kate was, without spoiling too much?
Kate was my best friend, truly. My anchor, the one who saw me before I ever needed a mask. We grew up together, and for a while, we were everything to each other, until we weren't. Life split us apart. I moved and made mistakes. She let go. Years went by, and somehow we found each other again, briefly, but time and ghosts got in the way. She doesn't appear by name in the book, but honestly, her presence is everywhere.
One of the most moving things is that you wrote an entire album to accompany the book. Why did you feel compelled to express yourself in both mediums?
Writing just wasn't enough. Sometimes certain feelings need a melody or a shout. The songs on the album tell the same story as the novel. Each track matches a chapter. There's one piece that literally starts with the voicemail that never got sent. For me, it wasn't about making something commercial. I just had to make it real and true to the pain.
And yet, it's resonated deeply with people. Did you ever expect so many to connect with River and the music?
Not at all. I thought I'd just be speaking or screaming into the void, but people started reaching out saying they saw themselves in River, that they'd loved their own Kate, and that the songs made them cry. Suddenly, being seen through these creations felt both strange and deeply moving.
Before we wrap up, if Kate were listening to this episode,
I'd want her to know I never stopped loving her, that everything I built, this book, these songs, even the voice I use, came from trying desperately to understand why we fell apart. I'm sorry for disappearing, for not saying what I should have. Even if she never reads a word, I hope she knows the door is always open.
That's powerful. Thank you for your honesty and vulnerability. And to everyone listening, if you've ever loved someone you couldn't hold on to, maybe this story is yours too. Join us next time as we dive deeper into the character of Kate and how memory, heartbreak, and what-ifs shaped the Velvet Mask. Until then, subscribe, share your story, and remember, it's what's beneath the mask that matters most.